Welcome to the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, a building that normally holds 51,153 when it's sold out, but today will hold 56,000 plus, as they have sold 5,000 standing room tickets. I'm Sam Nover. Working with me today is the former Kansas City All-Pro quarterback Len Dawson. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Oilers. What more could you ask for, Len?
Well, what a difference a few wins will make with this crowd, and you're going to be hearing it all afternoon long. These two teams are very similar. They're both very physical football teams, and you can look for a lot of hard hitting this afternoon.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have these kinds of games and have had them in the past for a number of years. This was about 6 weeks ago, a Monday night in Pittsburgh. The Houston Oilers with the upset 24-17. The Oilers don't play important games very often. This may be one of the biggest in the history of the franchise.
Well, also the Pittsburgh Steelers have never been defeated twice by the same team in their conference since they merged back in 1970. They don't like to lose twice in a row.
And the Steelers will receive to start the football game. Tony Fritsch has placed the ball on the kicking tee. Larry Anderson, number 30, in the deep receiving spot for the Steelers. There you see him. And we are underway. Line drive to Anderson at the 8. 20. 25 gets to the outside. A marker is down. He reaches midfield into Houston territory at the 43-yard line, but a penalty flag is down.
You can tell right away, Sam, what this game is all about and how important it is to both teams. Pittsburgh really coming out with a 58-yard return of that first opening kickoff, but it's going to go back because of the penalty.
Referee Pat Haggerty, the rest of the officials, the umpire is Al Conway, the head linesman Walt Peters, the line judge is Vern Marshall, the back judge is Jim Poole, side judge Dick Freed, and the field judge Bob Lewis. 66. A clipping penalty against the Steelers on the run back will nullify a great effort by Larry Anderson.
Clipping number 66.
And the call is against number 66, Ted Peterson. The Steelers put it in play now at their own 15-yard line. Bradshaw, the quarterback. Franco Harris for a couple of yards, jammed up by the minute. Let's set that offensive unit for the Steelers. Bradshaw, the quarterback. Franco Harris, Rocky Blyer, the setbacks.
Well, Franco Harris is the man we better keep our eye on, number 32. He's the key to that running attack, but the last game he played last week, he had to leave in the second half because of a pinched nerve in his shoulder.
From the 17, second down, 8. Blyer on the wing to the left. Franco, the lone setback. Harris again. Runs into Robert Brazil on the top and James Young on the bottom. And to say the Oilers are gunned up would be an understatement.
Well, you can tell what's happening here.
The receivers, Stallworth, Swan, and Grossman. Benny Cunningham not available, the normal tight end.
Number 88, wide receiver Lynn Swan, as we mentioned in the pregame show, he is the key man to that passing attack. You're going to see Bradshaw going to him quite a bit this afternoon.
Third down, 9 at the Pittsburgh 21. Stallworth goes wide left. Swan to the right. Now Grossman flops strong side right. Excellent protection for Bradshaw. Has a man. It's Swan, and he can't hold on. A flag is down at the 30-yard line. Bradshaw hit Swan at about the 34, but a penalty marker is down. Lynn could not hold on to the football.
Well, as I said, just got through saying he likes to go to Swan. It could be defensive interference, chucking beyond that 5-yard mark. A big break for the Steelers when Houston is all pumped up and had them stopped right away.
Well, Swan will drive him crazy everywhere he goes, and he'll surely draw double coverage.
We have illegal contact, number 52. Handling number 78, Curly Kopp of Houston.
First down, Pittsburgh at their own 21. Blyer, 3 very, very difficult yards. Stopped by Craig Bingham, 54. Ted Washington, 59. Gain of 3 by Blyer, second down, 7. Harris on the pitch. Reverses his field, nowhere to go. At the 25, he is buried by Young, 77. Brazil, 52.
Well, 52, Robert Brazil considered as good as any in the National Football League at the outside linebacking position.
Bradshaw on third down. As Swan almost intercepted by Willie Alexander. We are having some audio difficulties here at the Astrodome. We apologize to you, and we are working on it.
Terry Bradshaw going to who I said he's going to go to, and that's number 88, Lynn Swan. They're double covering Lynn Swan. They're quite aware of his ability. Good protection. He's going to him, but number 19, Willie Alexander, could have come up with the interception.
Tennessee rookie Craig Colquitt standing back at his own 12-yard line. He is the 7th leading punter in the AFC, and he is kicking to Robert Woods, a rookie out of Grambling. Woods at the 28, 30, and down at the 32-yard line. Number 39, Rick Moser, and number 35, Jack Delaplane combined to put him down. And so the Oilers go on offense for the first time today, a 46-yard punt and a 4-yard return. Slot Mike Renfro off to the right in the I formation. Campbell wears number 34. Tim Wilson is the upback. Campbell to the 35-yard line, picking up 3 perhaps on the carry. Second down, 8. Play action, Pastorini. Throws it down to Barber, and it's intercepted by Wagner at the 30. 35 to the 40 and brought down. And just as Len Dawson said a moment ago, Barber was the man they were looking for.
Well, they were looking for double coverage, and they did have double coverage, but Mike Wagner, number 23, played the ball beautifully. Play action pass by Dan Pastorini, faking the ball to Campbell coming in, hoping to hold that defensive line. Now going deep, and Wagner's coming into the picture. He's not there, but is now. Barber was open for a second, but when the ball travels that far, defensive man is capable of getting under it.
Sam Nover, Len Dawson at the Astrodome, the second interception of the year for Mike Wagner, who had one great day in the Monday night loss to Houston 6 weeks ago. Steelers now from their own 43 have it first down. Flyer to midfield, a gain of 9 on the carry. There's our first final of the day. Miami has blanked Washington 16-0, just about killed any hopes the Redskins had.
Well, after last week's loss to the New York Jets, Miami coming back to it a shutout, which when you shut any team in the National Football League out, you've done a super job defensively.
Here's another one. Green Bay, 17-7 over Tampa Bay. Gain of 9 by Flyer, second down 1. Franco on the pitch. Ed Washington, number 59, the 6-year man out of Mississippi, put him away. The Jets have beaten Baltimore.
They're still in the running for it. On that last play, number 59, Ted Washington, did a great job making sure that 32, Franco Harris, did not get outside. Boy, they're handling the run very well so far, with the exception of Rocky Flyer's 8-yard run.
Well, like the Steelers are keen on Campbell today, you can rest assured that Houston will key on Franco.
Well, that's for sure. He's the key to that running attack of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You better key on him.
So the Steelers moments ago had it second down and a long 1. They're now third down and 5.
Yeah, this is a passing situation for Bradshaw.
He's got a man. It's complete at the 47-yard line. His tight end, Randy Grossman, I believe, in the grasp of Greg Stemrick. But that'll be a Steeler first down. Let's look at it.
He was looking for a first down all the way. He's looking at his receiver all the way, as you can see right here, looking for number 84, Randy Grossman. Great coverage, really. This is just a fine throw and an excellent reception with the man hanging all over your back.
Well, the Steelers lose some blocking when Benny Cunningham is not available because of a 35-pound difference between Cunningham and Grossman. But they don't lose a thing on hands. Grossman's got a great pair of them. First down, Pittsburgh at the Houston 46. Stallworth. Incomplete. Bradshaw threw it in behind him on a crossing pattern. He had Stallworth, but he threw it in behind him.
Yeah, that was not a very good throw by Bradshaw. He did put it out in front because John Stallworth, 82, had a step on the defense.
Fire 20, Harris 32, the running backs in the pro set. That's Rocky. It's about 4 yards before he runs into Curly Culp, number 78. And Los Angeles clinches a playoff spot in the NFC. Third down 7 here for Bradshaw. Finally goes down back at his own 44-yard line. Bingham, 54, is the man who finally put him away.
That was number 65, Elvin Buffet, who applied the pressure, chased him out of the pocket. A real big play by Houston. But you can see Bradshaw going back, and he's going to have some pressure. I said you got to be able to control Curly Culp. They're doing a good job on him, cutting him there, but here comes Bingham, 54 up the middle. That's the one spot that you don't want to flush the quarterback doesn't want to see coming because there's no place to go.
Colquitt's second punt of the afternoon, a high, short spiral. And it goes out of bounds. He shanked that one off the side of his foot in the neighborhood of the 30-yard line. So the rookie out of Tennessee does not exactly put Houston in a hole. The Oilers have it for the second time on offense. We'll be back. Freeman is normally a tackle on the other side. Morris Towns is normally a guard. First down, Houston. Campbell breaks the tackle into the secondary and gets the first down. Earl Campbell running for 11 yards off his own right side. And that is not an easy task. That's where Ham and Greenwood normally stay home.
Well, that's for sure. Number 75, Joe Green's been playing very well. 58 is Ham. Coming in trying to make the tackle is number 29, Ron Johnson, the defensive cornerback. But he is trying to tackle a load in number 34, Earl Campbell. He just bowled his way for that first down.
Gain of 12 yards at the 43-yard line. Pastorini puts it back in play. Here's Campbell to the 46. Green is on top, Wagner on the bottom. And the down linemen for the Steelers should be recognizable names to most of you. Defensive left end, 68, L.C. Greenwood. Green, 75. Burnett, 64. Banaszak replaces Dwight White, but they will flip-flop today.
Yeah, and right now, number 78, Dwight White, is in the ball game. They'll probably play half, one half, another half, the other half.
Second down, 6 at the Houston 46-yard line. Renfro in motion. Campbell bobbles the pitch, and they bring him down. An excellent tackle. Dwight White, number 78, is the man who tripped him up, held him to a yard gain.
Yeah, I was talking about Dwight White, 78, doing a fine job there in Banaszak. They're not going to play one half, and then the next half they're going to be alternating. Linebacking core, great linebackers. I think 59, Jack Ham, is the best in the National Football League.
Campbell goes out. Ronnie Coleman comes in. Coleman wears number 47, used frequently in third down passing situations, and that's what Pastorini has at the moment. The Steelers, with 5 defensive backs, bring in Tony Dungy. Third and 5. Intercepted by Lambert at midfield. And the Steelers with their second interception of Pastorini today. And they give the offense excellent field position. Jack Lambert with the interception.
Well, he's looking at his back all the way. He's looking for Ronnie Coleman.
And so for the third time this afternoon, the Steelers go on offense. We still have no score in the Astrodome.
Lineman of Pittsburgh, but you see he's looking at him all the way. Just a great interception by number 58, Jack Lambert. Only Lambert, with his type of speed, is capable of making those types of interceptions for a middle linebacker.
Pittsburgh first down at their own 49. No score in the game, first quarter. Harris goes outside. Has yardage inside the 45 and out of bounds in the neighborhood of the Houston 43-yard line. Bingham and Reinfeld ran him out, but Franco dipped the shoulder as if he was going inside and then cut it to the outside.
Take a look at this move of Franco Harris, 32. He really, right there, that cut inside to suck them inside, and he jumped outside. Because he has the speed that he has, he was able to get outside, and his running maneuverability got him down close to a first down.
Gain of 8 yards, second down 2. They split Stallworth wide left, Swan to the right. And thus far, it has been everything we expected. A defensive struggle. Franco for the first down and more inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Stopped there by Steve Kiner, 57. Here's the score, fourth quarter, Kansas City looking for their second straight win, having upset San Diego last week, lead the Bills by 4.
Get that old running game going of Kansas City with the triple, or the wing T offense.
That must bring back memories, seeing Kansas City leading for a change, Len.
That's right. It's not unusual for Pittsburgh to be leading because no one has scored on him this year in the first quarter.
So from the Houston 38. They have it first down and 10. Harris on a slight delay, and Robert Brazil runs him down. Isn't he outstanding? Robert Brazil, the fourth-year man out of Jackson State, throws Franco for a 2-yard loss.
Well, I had mentioned earlier that many consider him as good as anybody in the league. Number 52, Robert Brazil, because he is so capable of coming up with great plays. He does it every week. He's doing it right now. Here is the speed, about a 4.5 or 4.6 40-yard speed for a linebacker.
Well, he came from the right side defensively and chased Franco down on the left side. And that tells you anything. Second down and 12. Steelers win on Houston offside. Franco is down after a 2-yard gain. Ted Washington, number 59, and J.C. Wilson, the rookie out of Pittsburgh, number 33, combined to make the stop, but I believe Bradshaw, with a good cadence, drew Houston offside.
Somebody
second down 7. They spot the ball on the Houston 35-yard line. Pitch to Franco, cuts it out to the 30. First down, 25-yard line, and thrown out of bounds. Ted Thompson, number 51, is the man who finally ran him out, but from ground level, watch Franco accelerate.
Number 74, Ray Penny, is the right tackle, and he's pulling out along with the offensive line, but he's going to get a key block coming up right here. There it is on Willie Alexander, enabling Franco to cut inside. That is timing. That's what you have to have on plays like that to gain yards.
10-yard gain on the carry. Alexander, a little bit wobbly, is still down at the 30-yard line. J.C. Wilson replaces Alexander. First down 10 at the Houston 25. Bradshaw to Swan, and it's through his hands at the 5-yard line. And they had not double coverage, but triple coverage in Swan.
Yeah, I know, and he took a shot because there were 3 men converging on that ball when it was thrown into a crowd.
Wow. And he does look like he is in pain. Lynn Swan down at the 5-yard line. They had triple coverage on Swan.
Well, what Terry was trying to do, I think, is force that ball into an area and try to get it in there because of his great arm.
And so while he is being attended to, Lynn Swan will check on it and return here to the Astrodome after we take a timeout. A concerned Chuck Noll on the Steelers sidelines. Second-year man out of Michigan, split to the bottom of your screen. Stallworth is the other receiver. Second down, 10, Steelers at the Houston 25. Franco for a couple of yards and no more. Washington is there, 59, so is Brazil, 52. So now Bradshaw with third down and 8 as Dallas draws first blood in the big one against New England, 3-0.
Hey, what's happening out there with that Houston defensive front? And here's Lynn Swan. It looks like his wrist instead of his ribs. And he looks like that he's in a lot of pain right there. Let's hope that it isn't really too serious. He's too great a player to go out with an injury. That is part of the game.
Third down and 8. Stallworth goes wide left, Smith to the right. Under 3.5 minutes to play first quarter. Bradshaw has a man, and it's almost intercepted. J.C. Wilson at the last minute stepped in front of Jim Smith. A penalty marker is down in the Steeler backfield, but the rookie from Pitt made one heck of a defensive play.
He really did. That ball was thrown low and outside, which is the way a quarterback should throw the ball because the percentage of it getting an interception is less. But J.C. Wilson did a great job of almost coming up with a big interception. Now a decision has to be made. What is Jarella's range? That's what they're saying right now. Is he in range now, or should we take the additional 10 yards?
I can read his lips. I believe he said holding number 72, which would be Jerry Mullins, declined by Houston, so they will give Jarella a crack at it. The official report on Swan is a wrist injury. A rib injury. They believe he'll be back as Jarella will attempt a 42-yard field goal. Greg Colquitt will hold. Jarella is 2 out of 6 between the 40 and 49-yard line. He's hit on a 42-yard field goal. And the Steelers have drawn first blood in this ballgame.
Well, that really, I wonder about that, because 42 yards should be in the range of any field goal kicker in the National Football League. They'd been better off, as they can see right now, to take him back an additional 10 yards, take him out of that field goal range.
Well, Bum Phillips must have been aware of the statistic I just gave you, Len. The fact that Jarrella was 2 out of 6. I beg your pardon, 3 out of 8, which is almost as bad. And on the year, he's only 10 out of 21, so he's not having a banner season.
Well, it's still 42 yards, and 42 yards for a field goal kicker in the National Football League is not that big a distance.
Don't forget the Grand Prix of Bowling, Saturday, December 9th, 4 o'clock Eastern Time from Reno, Nevada. Jimmy Simpson will host a purse of $100,000. They expect all the great ones, including Earl Anthony, men and women, from Reno, Nevada, next Saturday right here on NBC. Jarrella puts the ball on the kicking tee, having given the Steelers a 3-0 lead.
I'm sure they're going to be debating that call because, in my opinion, you take the penalty because you can't assume that they're going to pick up that yardage and get a first down anyway.
Johnny Durden, along with Robert Woods, deep for Houston. Durden takes the bounce, and Woods it is at his 3-yard line. Across the 20. Still on his feet and brought down as he reaches the 27-yard line. Pastorini goes to work from his own 27, trailing 3-0. 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Campbell blows his way straight ahead for 10 yards. Fumbled the ball, but after the whistle, Donnie Shell came out of the pack with the football, but after the whistle. We're under 2 minutes to play in the quarter as Renfro goes in motion. And the wide receiver screen is Kenny Burrow. 5 yards. Is prohibited. Second down for Houston. Campbell cuts to the outside, just fumbles the ball, and the Steelers have it. At the 43-yard line in Pittsburgh territory, Campbell got the first down, got whacked but good, and he is still down on the ground. And the Steelers have their third turnover of the quarter.
Well, I tell you, he went flying through that hole. He went right by number 68, L.C. Greenwood, but he took a good shot. He's almost got hit like he was hit in the rib area when he got in the secondary. You can see right there, Greenwood, he goes right by them. A great block on Jack Ham, goes by Wagner. Here's the shot right there, right in the rib area with that headgear right in the rib. And he lets the ball go just before he hits the ground. Had he hit the ground and then the ball popped loose, it wouldn't have been a fumble.
They don't come any tougher than strong safety Donnie Shell, number 31, 5'11", 190 pounds in his 5th year out of South Carolina State, and he literally buried his helmet in Campbell's midsection.
Well, that's what did the damage, because Earl was twisting and turning, and when he got to him, generally he's low to the ground, but he was straight up. Shell had an opportunity to get a shot right in the rib area.
And so the Steelers, having lost Lynn Swann, at least momentarily, on their last offensive series, now find that Houston has the same kind of situation with their catalyst offensively, Earl Campbell, still down on the field, as you can see.
You know, we were talking earlier about what a physical football game this is going to be, because both teams are very, very similar. They're hard-hitting, aggressive, no-holds-barred type of football team. They go after them.
Well, that's the man who not only forced the fumble, but caused Campbell the injury and the pain that he is enduring at the moment, Donnie Shell, number 31.
You know, Sam, you can tell a lot of times the character of a football team by the way the defensive backs tackle. Now, are they aggressive? Do they go all out after you? I can think of the Pittsburgh Steelers one, Houston's another, the Denver Broncos. They really go after people, and they're a very physical football team.
Well, Bum Phillips saying, I guess it's part of the game, but I don't like it one iota, and is obviously concerned because Earl Campbell has been the principal offensive threat, and most importantly, not only has he rushed for 1,265 yards entering this game, but he has made Pastorini a much better quarterback and has enabled him on play-action fakes to throw with much greater efficiency.
He has really added a new dimension to the quarterback, Dan Pastorini. They're helping him up, which is not a very good sign.
He is still a little wobbly. Swan has injured ribs, as we indicated to you earlier, as Campbell is being helped off the football field on the far side. And so for both of these teams' sake, Len, we hope that Campbell and Swan can return.
Well, I hope so, because they're two key people on each side of that field this afternoon.
With Len Dawson, Sam Nover at the Astrodome, Earl Campbell has just been injured and taken off the field. A fumble ensued as he was hit, and the Steelers have the football. First down and 10. They lead 3-0. Bradshaw wants it all for Jimmy Smith, and it's deflected out of bounds. Let's look at the play again. Earl Campbell had just picked up a first down for Houston and got banged by Donnie Shell.
Well, he's coming off the right side. He'll run right by 68 L.T. Greenwood. Coming down, he's going to be exploded. A great block on 59 Jack Ham. But he's twisted around, he's straight up in the air, and now this shot of the headgear right there, right in the rib area. You can see that really is a great shot. The ball leaves his hand just before he hits the turf, so it is a fumble.
Campbell isn't the only offensive weapon that has gone out of this game. Lynn Swan, the Steelers' excellent wide receiver, also hurt. Bradshaw, the pitch to Franco Harris to midfield, to 45 and out of bounds in Houston territory. And so the Steelers have a first down, and for the third time today, Len Dawson, they are in Houston territory.
What they're doing right now, they're trying to go wide with some success, because inside, in that interior line area where that defense of Houston is there, they're stacking things up. They're hoping to get Franco Harris out here one-on-one on a defensive back. They figure if they can do that, they're in pretty good shape.
Well, we've said a lot of nice things about Earl Campbell today, and deservedly so, but Franco Harris, with 93 yards rushing in this game, becomes the 5th all-time leading rusher in NFL history. That's Franco again, nothing there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage by Steve Kiner, 57, and a penalty marker is down.
Well, that time they try to go inside with no success. If they have any success, it has to be against Houston. A lot of times when that flag goes down that area, it means a holding penalty.
Well, Haggerty's mic has not worked all day long. Ah, I heard something. Whatever it was declined, a motion penalty against Pittsburgh. So it'll be second down and 10. Franco has passed Larry Zonka to move into 6th place on the all-time rushing list. And should he amass a total of 93 yards today, he would go into 5th place ahead of Leroy Kelly, the former Cleveland Browns great.
That's some pretty good company, Sam.
Second down, 10. Pittsburgh 3-0 with 45 seconds left in the quarter. Harris again picking his way inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Getting excellent blocking up front from Davis, Webster, and Mullins. And Brazil had to make the stop.
Well, Webster did a fine job, because after that play was over, number 78, Curly Culp, was on the seat of his pants on the ground. And I said, if you can control Curly Culp, then you can move against that defensive line of the Houston Oilers.
We are told that Campbell also has bruised ribs, and we don't know whether he'll return or not. Lynn Swan has bad ribs. So the ribs are the vulnerable part of the anatomy today to two great offensive players. Third down, 2 Pittsburgh. I don't believe he got it.
Well, he was nailed at the line of scrimmage.
Franco is down and getting up very slowly. I believe he's still shy of the first down. As the gun sounds, so we have come to the end of a bruising first quarter. We'll be back with the second quarter of today's football game after these messages from your local station. He went off his own right tackle, stopped by Culp, 78. Steve Kiner, 57, but Pittsburgh gets the first down. As they went to the double tight end situation, Larry Brown went into tackle.
In the situation again. That was strong running by Rocky Bleier.
Steelers keep their record intact this season of not giving up a touchdown in the first quarter. Franco cuts it up inside a Bleier block. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Well, is what everybody is, the individual that everyone here is thinking about at the moment, as they held their collective breaths when he walked off the field.
See Rocky Bleier getting out, fighting and scratching and helping on the block. Greg Bingham, number 54. They've made their yardage outside from the tackle on out. They've made, I think, 1-2 plays inside. So you may look for him to loosen up on the outside before coming back on the inside again.
9-yard gain Franco now with 49 yards and 12 carries in a little over 1 quarter of play. And he'll be close to a first down. He was on his own. Andy Dora, 60, has not returned to the game since suffering a rib injury late in the first quarter. Earl Campbell has left the playing field entirely. And the Steelers, Randy Grossman, offside, flag is down, and it'll be first down and 15, a very costly penalty for Pelton. First and 15. Wide receiver screen to Smith out of the right flat, and he's out of bounds after short yardage to Buffalo, but the next day, Smith injured his knee and missed most of this season. Flyer picking his way inside the 25 to the 23-yard line, perhaps. There's the final. Kansas City go for their domination. And the pass is completed to Grossman inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. Welcome to those of you who just watched Kansas City beat Buffalo. First down at the Houston 12.
Well, he goes to number 84, Randy Grossman, when he gets in a tight situation down here. He really drills that ball. Really a fine throw, and coming up with the second big catch of the afternoon for Randy Grossman. When you get down near that goal line, he's looking for that tight end.
And Bradshaw pitches it out on the option to Franco Harris, and nothing doing. Bradshaw running the option. Pitched it back to Franco, who lost four.
Taylor, the back up front, coming around here. He looks a little surprised right now, but he's looking to get rid of the football. He said, Franco, you're one of the greatest runners in the National Football League history. You take it.
Well, unfortunately for Franco Harris, Rick Steadman was there, and it's a 13 Pittsburgh. The lone setback is Harris. Bradshaw to throw it. As he's mad at the 5-yard line, Randy Grossman again. And he's knocked down by strong safety Bill Courier, but he got it down, and have come back to tie St. Louis at 14.
You can take a look at Bradshaw. He's looking all the way at 84, Randy Grossman. When he makes the break, or just before he makes the break, he drills it right in the numbers where it's supposed to be.
Third down for Pittsburgh at the 6-yard line. They need to reach the 2 for a first down. Bradshaw rolls left. Bradshaw throws it away, and he had a man early. Jim Smith was open at the goal line, but Bradshaw couldn't get it to him.
Boy, you are absolutely right. Number 80 by the goal line. He's rolling out. He shouldn't worry about it. He should be looking right now to get rid of that football. If he's going to be open, he's going to be open right now. And he waited long enough where all he had to do now is a wise decision. Get it out, throw it out of the ballpark. Give your man an opportunity to kick a field goal.
So Girella will attempt again. He is 1 for 1 today. The 14-yard line. It is what they term in this business a chip shot, 24 yards. Placement, the kick is up. And it is no good. Girella has missed from 24 yards.
Maybe that's the reason that...
Gain at all. Earl Campbell, with severely bruised, remains to be seen.
Number 75, Joe Green. No injury problems this year. Playing very well. And you can see the shot that was thrown up there by the defensive line of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They, as I said, like Houston, a very physical, aggressive football team.
The Steeler defense is number 1 in the AFC. And they are playing like it today, like that. Gary Dunn, number 67 from Miami, spent 2 years in the Grand Prix of bowling. Third down, 17. And he lays it up for Kenny Burrow. No, Mel Blount had him stride for stride. 2 of the great ones. Burrow, the wide receiver, Mel Blount, the cornerback.
He's looking for one-on-one. I'm talking about Pastorini. Here it is. It's a foot race. And both of them know this. Mel Blount, 47, he knows that. And you can see stride for stride. And Pastorini's just laying the ball up there high and as far as he can. Great coverage by Mel Blount, number 47.
And so Cliff Parsley will have to kick it out of his own end zone. The first punt today for Houston. However, don't be deceived. The Oilers have turned the ball over 3 times, and that's why they haven't had to kick it.
Well, that's right. They've created their own problems. They're lucky, really, to be only 3 points down after giving up the ball 3 times.
Jim Smith, number 86. T. Bell, number 83, at their own 45-yard line, awaiting Parsley's punt. Line drive. Smith at the 47 to midfield. Breaks it back to the 40-yard line of Houston, so the Steelers have superb field position at the 40-yard line, but a marker is down. They win. Seattle is 8-6, and Houston has to worry a bit. Should they lose, they're 9-5. Bradshaw swings it out to Franco Harris. Inside the 40, still on his feet and out of bounds as he reaches the 32-yard line.
What has happened so far, they're really not running against this fine Houston defense. This is just an outlet pass. He didn't want to throw to number 32, Franco Harris. Here it is. You can see right there, he's changed his direction because the man downfield was covered. Good block by 82, Stallworth. Franco gets all he can get and then gets out of bounds.
And oddly enough, Franco is not known to have the great reception. Second down, 2. Pittsburgh now at the Houston 33-yard line. They have been knocking on touchdown door all day, but the Steelers have but 3 points to show for it. Harris reversing his field. Benny Washington all the way back at the 41-yard line, and Bradshaw threw a block.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We talk about the physical ability of both teams. Franco's trying to go to his right side. There's absolutely nothing there. He's being chased down. You see the big paw right there of Greg Bingham trying to get him. He reverses his field. Washington stayed at home. He played his position. He's playing it very well now. He has to contend with number 12, Terry Bradshaw. Come in with a big play and a big loss.
So it's now third down, 11. Bradshaw is 5 out of 9 in the passing department. Sid Thornton replaces Franco Harris in the backfield.
Well, he got to go up top again.
C.L. Whittington, number 38, puts the Oilers in business.
You know, to get back to the game plan, do the things that we want to do. Don't force the ball into an area where the man really isn't open.
First down, Oilers. Breaks into the secondary and picks up 8.5, 9 yards. Let's give him. Second down, 1 at the Astrodome in Houston. Pittsburgh leading the Oilers 3-0. Coleman gets the first down as he crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line. Brought down by Lauren Taves, and St. Louis has beaten Detroit 21-14. That final just in.
This is where the game is going to be won, up front. You got to knock people back, but you can see the penetration of that Pittsburgh Steeler defensive line coming through, and there is not much room at all. As you can see, 64 Furness is about 3 yards deep in the backfield. And good hard running got the first down. Pittsburgh's defense is playing very, very strong.
Back live, first down, play action, Pastorini. He's got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Intended for Kenny Burrows. Mike West. Second down, 10 at the Houston 41, and Renfro again goes in motion. Look at the jockeying for position there. Pastorini lays it up. And Renfro, but out of bounds. No good.
And then good. He was out of bounds, but that was a tremendous catch. Play action pass. Pastorini, and he's looking down. Renfro had gone in motion from one right side to the left, up in the air, and you can look at the concentration on this young rookie. Number 82, Mike Renfro. I should make sure I don't say Ray Renfro because I played with that young man's father at Cleveland.
Down at 10.
Now this is a passing situation.
Nothing fancy. Wilson, Jack Ham, and Ron Johnson have it covered like a blanket, and he gains absolutely nothing on it. A completed pass. The Steelers have some injured people too. Larry Anderson has not been back. As Parsley booms one at the 8-yard line. Smith gets it back to about the 17 and is stopped there by Johnny Durden. They're starting with their worst field position of the day, their own 18-yard line. It's Franco again. Maybe a yard. Miner, 57, is the man who made the stop.
Not much inside running so far for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The only success, what little they have had so far, has been outside, trying to isolate maybe a defensive back on the ball carrier, mainly Franco Harris.
Time of possession, very interesting. We played a bit over 24 minutes. The Steelers have had it for 16, the Oilers for 8. 2-1. As you look at Chuck Noll momentarily on the Steelers sideline. Second down, 9. Bradshaw.
Well, you can see how this partisan crowd here reacting to that big play. Finally, a big turnover for the Houston Oilers, and it was Curly Culp running like Earl Campbell. Ordinarily, the defensive lineman gets it and falls down, but Curly wanted to score, I believe.
Mike Webster was hard-pressed just to leap on him and bring him down.
The ball never got to Bradshaw. The exchange was not good. Curly Culp took a look at that ball. There he is right now. As I said, Curly doesn't want to go down. Two strong individuals there.
So Houston has it first down at the Pittsburgh 15.
Reverse.
Oh, and he lost 5 yards. A fabulous play by, I believe, Jack Ham, number 59, and L.C. Greenwood, 68.
I said Jack Ham, number 59, in my opinion, the best linebacker in the National Football League. No matter where you go, there he is. He's supposed to be pursuing, or at least they think he is, the handoff here to Kenny Burroughs. Now you're going to see number 59 sitting out here. Burroughs, he's got him contained. He's out here. Burroughs had no place to go. 59, Jack Ham, not only turns it in, but makes the play.
A loss of 3, second down and 13 at the Pittsburgh 18-yard line. 3-0 Steelers. 4.5 minutes to play first half. Coleman, nothing doing, lost another yard. White, 78. Joe Green, 75. Familiar name, playing like the days of old. Don't forget NFL 78 halftime Sperry report. So the Steelers now trying to dig it in. Mike Adamle and Bryant Gumbel will have scores and highlights at halftime, NFL 78. Third down, 14 for Pastorini.
Steelers coming after him.
Donnie Shell and Jack Lambert colliding with the tight end Mike Barber, and they came on the blitz,
They
Lance.
had him. They're coming all out. You can see right now the linebacker's coming. 23, Wagner, the safety's coming. He's got to get rid of the ball. Had he gotten it downfield, it might have been 6. It was just a short throw. Didn't get it far enough. When you're going down that area there as a quarterback, if you're going to be off, you better be off long, or no one can catch it.
So Tony Fritsch will attempt to tie the ball game. Pastorini will spot it on the 22-yard line. It'll be a kick of 32. Fritsch is 6 out of 8 this year between the 30 and 39-yard lines. And you're looking right at it. And he hooks this one perfect. He has a tie ball game. Tony Fritsch, 32-yard field goal, and Fritsch perfect with it.
Good hold. He punches it through. He'll let you know how it is. Yes, sir. 3 points. Score tie.
As if to say, what did you expect?
Well, I'll tell you, Pastorini threw that ball short on that safety blitz, but he knew he had to get rid of it. He had to make sure he's going to be in field position where Fritsch would get an opportunity to kick it. He couldn't afford an 8 or 10-yard loss.
Well, let me tell you something about Tony Fritsch also, Lenny. He is now 12 out of 15 this year. He is having one fabulous season.
Well, it looked like he just punched that ball, too.
And the pom-pom power of Houston running rampant at the moment. 50,000 pom-poms, blue and white in color. And that's what this game is all about. It's been a long time since the Houston Oilers have played a game as important as the one they're playing this afternoon.
It's been a long time since these people really had something to cheer about in Houston.
At the 20-yard line, Jimmy Smith gets it back to the 27 and down there. Ted Thompson, number 51, is on top of the pile. And so the Steelers, with 3 minutes, 25 seconds to play in the first half, will put it in play from that point. Don't forget NBC's lineup of postseason activity in the NFL. The wild card playoff game will be December 24th. The divisional playoffs December 30th and 31st. Then the AFC Championship game will be Sunday, January 7th. And yes, the Super Bowl on NBC the 21st. All of it here on NBC. Lynn Swann is back in the game. Split out wide to the right. Franco lost the yard. J.C. Wilson, the rookie from Pitt, playing the game of his life.
Well, I'll tell you, he read that play perfectly because Franco was out there and he saw Franco stop. The ball was in the air. Wilson was moving up and made contact, and it's not an easy tackle for a defensive back in the open field to bring down Franco Harris.
Well, I know his college coach is watching back in Pittsburgh, Jackie Sherrill. And he can be awfully proud of Wilson. They think he's got a fabulous future here. He is playing.
Oh, yes. Left guard move. 5-yard penalty against the Steelers.
And the Steelers having all sorts of problems. Here's another final. New Orleans has beaten San Francisco 24-13. As I started to say, Wilson playing in place of the injured Willie Alexander, who was on the sidelines but has not returned to the lineup. So, and he chases Durden 5 yards into the end zone, and he downs it there, so it'll be a touchback, and Pastorini will put it in play from his own 20-yard line. Now, for the Steeler timeout, Houston came out in a double tight end situation.
Yeah, that double tight, 2 wide receivers, just 1 back.
And the screen. Well, has the first down as he leaps over a tackler at the 30-yard line. Mike Renfro, not great speed, but he's got excellent moves and a super pair of hands.
Well, I'll tell you, that's what youth will do for you, because a seasoned veteran might not sacrifice his body like 82 Mike Renfro is going to do on this quick screen. Dungy is being blocked out. Now it's the only hope he has is to go up over top. He does that and comes up with a big first down for Houston.
And the Oilers' first third down conversion of the day. They are now 1 out of 6. A 3-3 football game. The Steelers can clinch the AFC Central Division with a victory. Coleman, 35 to the 36-yard line. Stopped there by Dwight White, number 78, along with the middle linebacker, Jack Lambert. But
Lambert in the middle coming, pursuing. He does it as well as any middle linebacker coming down the line of scrimmage. Nobody's out there on him. That means that defensive line is doing a great job of keeping people off of him. And he makes the hit on Coleman along with some of the other Steelers. But Coleman better carry that ball in his left hand when he's going to the left instead of his right hand.
Second down 5 at the Houston 37-yard line. Here's Renfro in motion. Coleman avoids a couple of tackles and for just a moment or so, but Lambert was there to make the stop on him and pin him at the receiver. Ronnie Coleman, the only setback. 3rd and 5. He's got Soto, 47-yard line. Mel Blunt brought him down, but that's the second straight third down conversion for Houston. And Earl Campbell has come back on the field.
Houston football team.
Well, the pom-pom power of the Astrodome. And they're being waved again. You think there might have been a little psychology in waiting to bring him back?
I don't think there's any question about that. Get these fans fired up, and also, when the fans get fired up, the players get fired up.
First down, Houston at their own 47. 2 successive third down conversions. Coleman gets absolutely nothing. Taves and Green in the center of that Steeler defense. Well, it may be mostly blue and white that you see here, but there's a little gold and black.
Yeah, he's taking his life into his own hands down here in Houston.
One Steeler fan amidst 56,000 Oiler fans. Second down and 8. Lauren Taves has been helped to the sidelines. Robin Cole replaces him. And Ronnie Coleman picks up 3 more, so it'll be third down and about 6, I believe, for the Oilers. Is Pastorini. Third down and 5. Steelers digging in.
Double tight, 2 wide receivers trying to spread out that Steeler defense.
Pastorini dumps it over the center. First down to Barber inside the 35 to the 25 and out of bounds. On a little delay to his tight end Mike Barber. And the Oilers have it very deep in Pittsburgh territory.
Well, we had said at the top of the show, number 86, Mike Barber, the tight end with great speed. It's a delay pattern. You see Coleman running out underneath the linebacker. Now it's just a foot race, and he's got about 4 or 5 speed in the 40, which is the speed that defensive backs have before he's wrestled out of bounds by number 47, Mel Blount.
Well, they say he stepped out at the 27-yard line. What a big play. Pastorini has converted 3 third-down plays in a row. And he's got the Oilers on the move.
He said they're a second-half football team. They're proving it.
They have outscored the opposition by 60 points in the second half. Renfro in motion again.
Play pass.
Pastorini has a man at Burrow. He almost intercepted. Ron Johnson made a valiant effort diving for the ball. It was badly thrown by Pastorini behind Burrow.
On first down, playing the play-action pass to 47, Ronnie Coleman, faking the ball, coming back, but the ball was just took off on Pastorini, way over the head of the receiver. You could see he was open on the sidelines had he gotten the ball to him. But the good thing is, that was an excellent call. First down, play-action pass.
9:53 to go, third quarter. It is still 3-3 in the Astrodome. Houston needing to win here today to move to within 1 game of the first-place Steelers. And should they end up in a tie, Houston would win the division. The draw does not do a thing. Third down, 15 at the 32-yard line.
All the Steelers are up near the line of scrimmage.
Here they come. Quick pop on the side, and Ham has it covered. Fumble, and let's see what they rule it. They give it to Pittsburgh. Ronnie Johnson, the rookie out of Eastern Michigan, comes up with a fumble after the completion to Renfro, but it didn't. It certainly wasn't a game-breaker play anyway, and Renfro is still down.
Wouldn't have gone any place. Big break for Pittsburgh.
So now the Oilers not only out of field goal range, they lose the ball.
You're about
Well be termed the survival of the fittest. Renfro is still down. Yet another injury as you look at the fumble.
They had everybody coming for Pittsburgh. Safety blitz, everybody. And I think he got hurt right there. When he's tried to move, his feet slipped and something twisted down there.
You're absolutely right, Len. He didn't even attempt to go after the ball after he fumbled it. Ron Johnson, the Eastern Michigan rookie, is the man, the Steelers' #1 draft choice, who made the recovery. And yet another football player being helped to the sideline. We've lost a lot of great ones today, haven't we? Swan has returned. Number 88, the Steelers' prime receiving threat. And Bradshaw on first down wants to throw it. He's got Stallworth streaking, and it's incomplete at the 25-yard line. Great coverage by Greg Stemrick, who had Stallworth stride for stride. Myers for a couple of yards, gets to the 30-yard line. Niner 57, Brazil 52 are the men who combined to make the stop. And then the game, Baltimore-Pittsburgh, followed by the Grand Prix of bowling. Big play for Bradshaw, 3rd and 6. C.L. Whittington says, "What? Not me."
Well, he was trying to go over the top of him, but he might have made contact before he got his hands over the top.
I think if you see it again, you'll see it's an excellent call. Whittington does indeed run Blyer.
He's looking for Blyer all the way. You see, Whittington is following him. Now his problem is, how do I get to the ball without going over Rocky Blyer? In his opinion, Whittington's, he thought that he accomplished that. The man in the striped shirt said, "No, you didn't."
So the Steelers get a break. Pass interference against C.L. Whittington. First down at their own 45-yard line. And the crowd continues to boo. Nothing there. Flag is down. Maybe a clip against Pittsburgh.
Well, it was on the wide receiver on that side. He was running up the back of the Houston Oilers defensive man.
And Curly Pope takes a breather, replaced by Ken Kennard, number 71. First down, 25.
drive. Terry Bradshaw really had enough time, but with the extra defensive back in the secondary for Houston, really there was nobody open. It's a good thing he didn't throw the ball up for grass because it could have meant an interception. But Elvin Bethea has been doing this for 11 years. I saw him in the hotel lobby before the game. My wife was with me, and I pointed him out, and I said, here's a man that's been beating up on me for all those years.
Did he sock him? Bethea goes out, replaced by a fifth defensive back. C.L. Whittington. Second down, 37 yards to go. Listen to this crowd. Thornton brings it up to the 27-yard line. Play on Swan.
Well, they're going to Lynn Swan. He's trying to hit him between the two men. There's one back trying to hit him right there. If the ball had been thrown a little sooner, he might have had a shot. But the defensive safety man is looking at Lynn Swan. Courier was looking at him all the way because he's anticipating that type of pass. It's not a bad pass because if the man isn't open, Bradshaw can always throw it over his head out of bounds.
Robert Woods, number 42, awaiting Craig Colquitt's punt. Woods is standing on his own 30-yard line. Colquitt, good high end-over-end kick. Driving Woods back to the 20-yard line. 25. And he dives to the 34-yard line. An excellent return by the rookie out of Grambling. Love there. They've never had more people in this building for a regular season Houston Oilers game. 54,261 is the official count. And the Oilers start from their own 34. Coleman on the pitch, and he is knocked down at the 36-yard line, ran into a brick wall. 6:12 to go here in the third quarter. 3-3. And Guido Merkins in motion. Play action. Pastorini has the time, and he had Kenny Burrow, but just as the ball arrived, so too did Tony Dungy.
He really takes a shot on this play. Trying to go to Kenny Burroughs in the middle. Defensive backs are sitting back looking for a pass, and he is going to be greeted by Ronnie Shell right there. You may recall the reason that Earl Campbell is not in the ball game right now is because of number 31 and the shot that he put on him early in the first half.
I said, Dungy, it was Donnie Shell, 31 and not 21. It is now third down and 8 for Pastorini. Big play in a very important football game to the Houston Oilers. They haven't had one this big in a lot of years. Barber gets the first down to midfield and out of bounds. Fumbles the ball. Let's see who they give it to. One official points one way. They give it to Pittsburgh. Recovered just before it went out of bounds. And I believe, Lem, that's the fifth turnover by the Oilers today.
Well, I'll tell you why that this play happened. It was a good play. The same one that worked before. There's Mike Barber. He's carrying the ball in the wrong hand. He's going to be hit from the inside. He should have the ball in the other hand. See right there? If he'd had it in the other hand, it never would have happened that way.
Mel Blood is the man who stripped him of the ball, and I believe Donnie Shell recovered.
Looking here, it's a delay pattern coming underneath the linebackers. As I said, made a nice move on Cole, but here it is. If he had the ball in the other hand, then Wagner hit him. That might have been Wagner's head here that knocked the ball out of his hand.
Barber is still down on the near side of the field. What else is new? I cannot remember, Len Dawson, as many injuries in such short a span of time as we have had. We still have 5:50 to go third quarter, and we've had 7 or 8 real principals in this ball game offensively that come off the field injured.
Well, it's going to hurt, and particularly this time of the year, because going into these games, they've played so many games already, they're already playing with a lot of aches and pains. So each time they take a shot like that, it's going to add to the misery that they already had.
Well, I'm glad to see Barber trotting back to the Houston side of the field. And again, I remind you, Earl Campbell suffered rib injuries, no fractures in the rib, but rib injuries early on in this game, and while he is on the sidelines, has not returned to play. And again, they boo the Steelers from the 47-yard line. 5th turnover by Houston in the ballgame. Meyer dancing through a little hole down to the 45 and still fighting for yardage. Rocky Blyer to the Houston 45, 8 yards on the carry. Stopped by Washington 59 and Greg Bingham 54.
Getting a third down call is a lot easier.
Second down, a long 2. And the quick pitch.
Oh,
beautifully played by the Oilers. Bill Courier lost his helmet, and he also cost Franco Harris 5 yards.
Well, I'll tell you, Courier read that play. Number 20, Bill Courier, read that play. He was up near the line of scrimmage. As soon as he saw the guard pull, he shot up there. He got to him before the flanker, Lynn Swan, was able to come down and make the block. That was Lynn Swan's man to block him, but he shot through there so quickly that Swan wasn't able to get in position to make the block.
Well, the Oilers have had an afternoon of making big second and third down plays defensively today. The Steelers many times have been second down and 2, second down and 3, and have ended up with third down and 8, which is exactly the situation now. Here they come on the blitz. Bradshaw. Interception. Stepped in front of John Stallworth and had the interception, but could not hang on to it. And a flag is down, and I believe it's against Houston.
Well, I'll tell you, that hit him the wrong spot, right in the stomach.
Third down play almost intercepted by Houston. The Steelers forced a kick, and then this. A personal foul against the Oilers. And they step it off to the 35-yard line. I believe he said number 77, which would be James Young.
Well, that's one of the things that here in a ball game tied 3-3, it's a very aggressive ball game, I know. You're playing with emotion, but it has to be controlled emotion. You can't take a chance because that man in the striped suit, the referee, is back there, and his job is to protect the quarterback.
So the Steelers, with thus far the biggest break in the football game, they were about to give it back to Houston again. Franco trying to get outside, cuts it back. Inside the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 3-yard line. Franco Harris with a fabulous run. Cut it back against the green and took it down to the 3-yard line.
Well, you can credit that play to number 32, Franco Harris. They've had him bottled up all day, and he does this as well as anybody, and that is cut back against the green. And once he gets motoring, you see there's nothing there. He's almost stopped. He's going to cut back against the grain, and because he has the great speed that he has, he's able to do this. Most fullbacks cannot do it. This winds up a 32-yard gain, puts Pittsburgh right into position now to go in to score.
71 yards, 22 carries. Look at the cutback. He got a good block to start it from Rocky Blyer, who mowed down Brazil, but then it was all Harris.
Yeah, and he's also carrying the ball in the wrong hand. He should be going away from the pressure.
Doesn't anybody
There he
know
does right there. He does right there.
Yeah.
When the pressure's coming up, it was a good move. He put the ball away from where he was going to get hit, so if the guy hits him with the headgear, it's not going to pop loose.
I was going to ask you, doesn't anybody know how to carry the football anymore?
Well, some players, I'll tell you, they're either right-handed or left-handed, no matter which direction they're going.
Well, don't forget that next Sunday, another NBC NFL doubleheader. Starting a half hour before the game in your area, NFL 78 will have features on football biorhythms. Do you believe in it? Well, check in and find out whether it really means anything. Also, a scouting feature, a behind-the-scenes look at how pro teams size up each other.
Well, I'll tell you, you can see now what that penalty has meant right now on this drive when they're roughing the passer.
Rick Moser, number 39, and Sidney Thornton, number 38 of the back. Thornton to the 1-yard line. The flag is down. Well, why would you take out your starting backs in a first and goal at the 4, Len?
Well, I'll tell you, because maybe there are better blockers down there in that situation. They're better bull-type runners. Now, Franco Harris isn't necessarily that really bull runner like a Thornton is or like Steelers.
Again, they come out with Thornton 38, Moser 39, the rookie from Rhode Island. A 3-3 football game late in the third quarter. Thornton. Did he get it? I'm waiting for the official's call. I don't see any arms raised.
Well, I think that answers your question why they put those two big backs in the ball game, because there really wasn't any hole there at all. Just that sheer power and leg drive got him a yard or so almost into the end zone. You can see right there, there's a lot of bodies there. Somewhere down there is the running back home.
Third down and a yard. That's Moser.
I don't believe he got it.
Still no signal. Fourth down, Pittsburgh. Inside the 1-yard line.
All right, what do you do now?
Bingham 54, Reinfeld 37 of the men who made the stop. Well, there's your answer, Lenny.
Well, he's looking to get some points. They got to go ahead for the first time. When it's a tie ball game, you got to get ahead. But on the other hand, if you run that ball and still don't make it, Houston will have to travel some 99 yards to score. I'd go for the touchdown.
Well, I think I would too, but we're not coaching the Pittsburgh Steelers. Roy Jarrella will attempt an 18-yard field goal to put Pittsburgh on top. He has missed from 24. He has made from 42. Too much time. I don't think that really bothers him at all, Lee.
Makes no difference, no. It could have been what they want to do is try to draw Houston off sides, but it didn't work.
So it becomes now a 23-yard attempt by Jarrella. Colquitt moves it back 5 and spots the place where Roy wants to kick it from. Jarrella 1 for 2 today. There's the place, but the kick is good. And the Steelers have taken a 6-3 lead. Roy Jarrella, a 23-yard field goal.
What they need now, I'm talking about Houston, they need that ball back in pretty good field position. They do that because they really haven't mustered anything up offensively all afternoon.
I would not be surprised to see Earl Campbell return in this next series, Lenny. Bouncing kick of the 18 to the 20, 25, across the 30, shy of the 35-yard line. Brian Duncan, I believe, is the man who was the ball carrier, was it? Yes, number 31. And Miami will love to see that score. Dallas has gone on top of New England 17-10.
Well, everybody's right now. The season is winding down to a close. They're fighting for the right to get into sudden death, into the playoff situation, including this team right here in blue. That's the Houston Oilers.
Roger Staubach to Billy Joe Dupree, 36 yards, the go-ahead touchdown. And Ronnie Coleman is still in there. He is the deep back in the eye. Now Renfro in motion. Coleman spinning away from a tackle, gets 5 before he's knocked down by Donnie Shell, Jack Lambert. Briefly saw Earl Campbell on the sidelines. We don't know any more than you do. He appears to be ready to come back, but he hasn't returned. Here's Coleman. And the Steelers shut the sweep off very nicely. Furness and Robin Cole are the men who combined to put him down, and he may have lost a yard. As the clock continues to run, the Steelers have just been awesome. 6. Pastorini's passing stats on the day. Has a man, and it's incomplete right through the hands of Kenny Burrow. And he had him wide open at the 47-yard line of Pittsburgh. Burrow could not hold on. There you see Robin Cole. And Pastorini is down. And we'd have to look at this one again because he appeared not to have any pressure, but he is in pain. Dante Pastorini, the Houston Oilers quarterback.
Well, he must have gotten hit just after he released the football. And a lot of things can happen in there. People can roll up on you and on your legs or on your knees. Looks like...
In the event that he cannot return, Gifford Nielsen would replace him. Sam Nover, Len Dawson at the Astrodome. You're looking at Dan Pastorini, the Houston Oilers quarterback, who becomes the umpteenth player in this football game to be injured today. Earl Campbell was injured early, has not returned. Lynn Swann was injured early, came back. And there's Gifford Nielsen, the Brigham Young rookie, on the sidelines. And in the event Pastorini cannot continue, Len Dawson, that is the man who will bear the brunt of the responsibility.
Well, it's a very tough situation for that young man to go into when you're down by the score of 6-3 in a game as important as this game. Houston must win this football game to keep their hopes alive.
And so with 59 seconds left in the third quarter, Pastorini is still being attended to on the 30-yard line of Houston. And we'd have to examine it again to see whether or not the hit came late. Obviously, no flags were thrown. He appeared to have good protection, Len, as he stepped back into the pocket.
Well, he's going back in the pocket. This is a third down situation where they had to come up with a first down. He's a little late in throwing. He did get hit right there.
Steve Furness, 64 from the side. Furness is the man who hit him from the side.
But it looked like, Sam, after he hit him, he was holding up. Really didn't go through with the hit. So it could have been that he had his foot planted on that synthetic turf down there. And things happen. Things get twisted down there, ankles and knees.
Well, the Browns haven't quit. It's 30-17 still in the third quarter, so they're not dead yet. We've written them off a couple of times today, but they've trailed by as many as 23, but they're down 30-17. And, of course, that does have a bearing because Seattle can go to 8-6 on the year, so can Cleveland if they win the game, and have still an outside chance of the playoffs. Should Houston lose today, then they would be 9-5 on the year. And, of course, NBC has the great lineup of postseason games for you. We start with the AFC Wild Card Playoff game, 1 on December 24th. Then the divisional playoffs. 4 teams will be left after the 24th, and they will play on December 30th and 31st in the divisional playoffs. On January 7th, it's the AFC Championship game. That's a Sunday, followed by Super Bowl 13 in Miami, Florida. NBC will be there to bring it to you.
Well, this has been a bruising football game. We've been talking about all along. We mentioned prior to the ball game that we thought it was going to be this way, but I don't think anybody had any idea that it was going to be this hard hitting and it was going to affect so many football players.
Len, to this point, unofficially, we see Pittsburgh with total offense of 131 yards today. The Oilers with 112. That is defense at its absolute best. And
you're talking about a couple of teams that can move that football, that are very prolific at it.
This Pastorini injury is starting to concern me a great deal. He has been down for 5 minutes.
He's going back in the pocket. He's looking for his man over the middle. I think it was Kenny Burrow. But the hit there is number 64 is Furness. And you can see right there he made contact with Dan Pastorini.
Pastorini is up. They have lifted him. He is now standing, but there is still no indication as to what the injury is all about. Cliff Parsley back to kick it, and in single safety, Jim Smith at his own 20-yard line. Still no word on Pastorini as they help him to the bench. Parsley gets a good high spiral. Smith, no fair catch. Hit, but now he's down to the 23-yard line. Misspelled it, of course. Those are technical problems with our printing machine, so to speak. You're not seeing it differently than it appears. We do know how to spell Pastorini. Franco breaks the tackle, trying to cut back in the open field. Gets a block. Fights his way to the 29-yard line. Stopped there by Elvin Bethea and Robert Brazil, but a nifty piece of running by Franco Harris.
That looks like almost like a repeat of the play a little earlier. He's dumping it off to Franco Harris out to the right side here. The screen, you can see that the offensive linemen are coming out here to set up the screen. But they're there, and he cuts back. And here's where he is so great, being able to cut back against the grain. And you know that you better be in a position to make a tackle on Franco Harris. He'll go all the way.
Art Stringer, number 53, replaces Robert Brazil on 2nd down and 3. Again, and let's see whether this is against Pittsburgh, drawing Houston offside.
Well, Pittsburgh moved. I don't know if they're the first ones. Yes.
Could have been Ray Penny, number 74. Don't forget, following this one, the Sperry NFL report, scores and highlights of all of the games around the NFL today, time permitting. So again, Len, as we mentioned, and I've mentioned repeatedly, the Steelers with a 2nd and 3, and somehow they make an error in having 2nd and 8 or 3rd and 8.
Well, they've been putting themselves in a hole offensively. They had a couple of big plays. Houston has had very few of them.
Flag is down as he reaches the 27-yard up there by J.C. Wilson, also Elvin Bethea. And time has run out here in the third quarter. And the penalty is against Pittsburgh, the indication from referee Pat Haggerty. So the Steelers making errors by the bundles here. The preliminary call on Pastorini is a possible rib fracture. We'll have to wait and see. Third down and 7. Bradshaw over the middle. Caught, dropped. Randy Grossman had it and dropped it. And he had the first down.
Well, you can see that he knew that he should have had the ball. I think what happened at the last instant, he had his hands on the ball. He took his head or his eyes away from that football. You take a look now. He's going to Randy quite a bit of the time in a third down situation. Pass protection is good. Elvin Bethea coming on the inside, and here it comes. He had it right there. Right there, he took his head away from the ball just as he was getting ready to put it away and run. And the problem was he got hit.
Robert Woods is back at his 32-yard line. Colquitt will have to boom one here. Good spiral. And it's caught by the up man, who is number 51, Ted Thompson, a linebacker. Back on the field. So when we come back, the Houston Oilers will put it in play. It's a 6-3 Pittsburgh lead. No fewer than 5 minutes, suffering a rib injury on the last series. He has returned on this series. Play action. Over the middle, incomplete. And he had Mike Renfro all alone at the 45-yard line of Pittsburgh, Glenn. That one should have been complete, and Renfro is hurt again.
Well, both of them. That's the walking wounded playing catch together. Here it is, Pastorini testing it right now. Play action pass coming back. And there's no way that he's going to be as strong as he was prior to that injury. Throwing the ball, he throws it low.
Renfro's out of there. Rich Castor pulled a groin last week in the win over Cincinnati. We haven't seen much of him at all today. Second down and 10. Pastorini intercepted by Lambert. 40-35. Jack Lambert has just intercepted Dan Pastorini, the third Pittsburgh interception today. Pastorini, having suffered badly bruised ribs on the last series, returned to the lineup for this series. And on second down, threw a pass that was intercepted by Jack Lambert. And the Steelers, Len Dawson, have an excellent field position.
Well, they're going to question whether he should have come back in the football game with rib problems, because that's the worst thing that a quarterback can have. Every time you breathe, it's going to hurt. And you can see 58, Lambert's in position. He wants to lateral the ball right here to a defensive back, but he finds out it's another one. Jack Lamb. Back live.
Bradshaw trying to get the ball to Stallworth, and Stebrick knocked it away. This has been an incredibly rough football game today. Not only Pastorini, but Mike Barber, Mike Renfro for Houston, and Earl Campbell have been injured. The Steelers had to play a long time without Lynn Swann. 6-3 Pittsburgh here in the fourth quarter. 21 carries, 81 yards on the day. Second down 10. Bradshaw has these Steelers at the Houston 27, thanks to Jack Lambert's second interception of the day.
They're coming after him.
Look at that. Maybe a yard or two. Rocky Bleier in the grasp of Greg Bingham. And Len, I cannot get over the fabulous defense that we have seen today. It has just been incredible.
Well, both sides have been tremendous, and they guessed right on that play because the safety man was coming up with a safety blitz. They had the linebackers coming. As you can see right here, Bingham's in about 3 yards deep in the backfield, making the stop on number 20, Rocky Bleier.
Third down and 8. Good shot of Bradshaw. Very possibly the most valuable player in the AFC this year. And he throws it away. And the Oilers had outstanding pressure. They wanted intentional grounding.
Yes, that's exactly what he did. He did a great job of doing it, but the great thing about Bradshaw, in grounding the ball, he threw it forward. Now he's looking to throw. His receivers are not covered. And you can see that Bradshaw is maturing as a quarterback because he threw it where no one was, but he threw it forward. He threw it downfield. And you can see the defensive players of Houston thought that should have been intentionally grounded.
Now we're having audio difficulty again. We apologize for it, and we're still working on it. Roy Girella will attempt a 43-yard field goal. Colquitt will hold at the 33. The placement, the kick is in that direction.
Hooked it.
He did indeed. No good. Roy Girella has hit on 2 field goal attempts today, but he has missed 2 others. And so with 13:05 to go, fourth quarter, Pittsburgh still leads 6-3 over the Oilers. Pastorini is in there. 25-yard line of Houston. 6-3, Steelers lead it. Ronnie Coleman, 30, 35, 40-yard line. First down, Oilers. Coleman busted that one for 15.
They've been looking for that for a long time, and I'm talking about some open space for that running back to go through. And we got Mike Wagner down. Still another. And here you take a look at it. Coleman, number 47, he's got his option to go wherever the hole is. Good blocking up front by Houston, coming up with a big first down, and that's the first sign of any real estate the running back for Houston has had, I think, in the second half.
16 yards on the carry. Mike Wagner, the Steelers' outstanding free safety, being helped to his feet. And you know, Lynn, I think perhaps in no small way, the particular surface here at the Astrodome plays a role in the number of injuries. I've never played on it. I don't know about you. I'm sure you have, but they tell me it's as hard as cement.
Well, I will tell you, I have played on it, both the first original AstroTurf, and it was like cement. This is very hard out here, probably as hard as any synthetic turf in the National Football League. And you look at the way these people are hitting, so you can imagine the collisions out there this afternoon.
Pastorini has been intercepted 3 times. He has the first down at his own 41-yard line. Guido Merkins in motion. Play action to screen to Burrow. Couple of yards, no more.
Let's take a look at Pastorini and see if he's throwing with the authority that you know that he's falling back, which is something he shouldn't do. The ball is not getting out there with the zip that he ordinarily throws it with. And that's split-second timing. That's a quick screen out there. That ball has to be out there in a hurry.
Second down and 7 at the 44-yard line. Under 12 minutes to play in regulation time. It's a 6-3 Pittsburgh lead. One of the great defensive struggles of 78, I can assure you. Coleman turned around by Joe Green and knocked down for a loss.
Well, we hadn't heard from him for a while. Number 75, Joe Green. But that play, he guessed right. He shot the gap. He was about 4 yards deep in the backfield, coming up with a big play because now they're facing a passing situation. And remember that Pastorini is hurting.
You know, in all fairness to this Houston offense, not only is Pastorini hurting, but they went into the game plan planning on giving Earl Campbell the football 30 times, and he's carried it but 7.
They're going against Pittsburgh, the number 1 defensive team in the AFC.
Here's the big third down and 9 for Pastorini and the Oilers. Good protection over the middle. Burrow can't hold on. Pastorini, I believe, threw it in behind him. Burrow was all by himself at the 45-yard line.
I'll tell you, Pastorini is throwing not with the authority that he ordinarily does, and he's not getting back in there, getting set, step, and throw because he knows there's some. Look at that ball wobbling back there, thrown way behind. So his timing is off just a little bit. Well, that's all that's necessary for incompletions, is the timing to be off just a shade.
Tony Dungy was very late getting there. If Pastorini had been on target, the Oilers would still have the football instead of kicking it to number 86, Jim Smith, and number 83, T. Bell. From behind, Cliff Parsley. Another excellent punt. Driving Smith back inside the 10, and he lets it go into the end zone for a touchback.
Which is a very good move because the ball on this stuff ordinarily is going to bounce forward. Very seldom does it bounce backwards.
Fifth, with our brain trust and producer George Finkel and director Jim Holmes in the truck, this is Sam Nover along with Len Dawson in the Astrodome. 6-3 Pittsburgh. Bradshaw begins at the 20-yard line. And Ray is built that sweep for 1 yard and no more.
Well, I'll tell you, number 55, 64, Bingham did a good job. This man, 65, is doing a great job for a lot of years. Now, here comes the pursuit. Here they come, down the line of scrimmage. That's the way they're supposed to, because they know Franco Harris is as good as anybody of cutting back against the grain. He's displayed that already today.
Franco and Rocky come out of the lineup, and the rookie, Rick Moser, number 39, and the second-year back, Sidney Thornton, number 38, come in. Second down, 9. This is Thornton. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage. How's that for defense? J.C. Wilson, number 33, is the man who shut off the sweep. And Pittsburgh continues to run the sweep, and Houston continues to shut it down.
Well, they ran to the left. That was stopped. They decided, well, we found out what was going on over there. Let's go to the other side. Now they found out that on the right side they play it just as tough. And they've tried it up the middle. That hasn't worked today.
Now Franco comes back with Blyer. Third down and 9. So Chuck Noll is alternating sets of running backs in this series. Lynn Swann has not caught a pass since he was injured early in the first half. Bradshaw throws it down the middle. Stallworth with a brilliant catch at the 45. He beat a triple team, running right into the teeth of the zone. John Stallworth, a great catch.
That really was a great catch because they had 3 defensive backs back there to guard against the pass. They're in a zone defense, a little pressure, but Terry has time to throw. Gets it up top. You take a look at what a great catch is. This is concentration. Right there. And the great thing is not only did he catch the ball, but he held on when he hit that hard synthetic turf.
What a big conversion by Bradshaw and the Steelers all the way down to the Houston 45-yard line. And so with 9:05 to go on a moving clock here in the fourth quarter, the Steelers clinging, and I do mean clinging to a 3-point lead.
That was really a big third down play because even if they don't make any more now and they punt it away, Houston's not going to be in good field position.
Bradshaw wants more. Randy Grossman inside the 40. Bingham hits it there at the 37-yard line. That'll be a 7-yard gain and a victory on first down. I guess they consider 4 yards or more. The Steelers have had a lot of first down wins and a lot of second down losses, Len.
Well, that's right, which is really unusual because when you get good first down yardage like they have here, it makes the second down calls a lot easier because you can run, you can pass, you can play pass, you can do a lot of things, particularly at this part of the field down there. You can run reverses, which Pittsburgh hasn't done this year, but in the past they've been very successful with it.
Second down, they say 2 yards to go from the 37-yard line. Throw set backfield with Harris and Blyer. Franco gets it. First down. 10 out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So Harris picks up 7 yards. And the Steelers moving the football now. And the catalyst, of course, was the big pass from Bradshaw to Stallworth.
Well, I'll tell you on that one. Franco Harris made that play because it was designed to go inside. It was clogged up. But his exceptional quickness and speed, the acceleration that he gets, got him out to the outside enough for the first down.
Now the clock becomes a factor. 7:35 to go, fourth quarter. Boy, I'm glad you're watching this one. I couldn't think of any other place around the league I'd rather be today. I hope you feel the same about it. Bradshaw throws it out to Franco. 25. And he's knocked down to the 22-yard line. And again, Bradshaw wins first down with an 8-yard play.
I don't know who said that he didn't have good hands, but here's where it all starts and it all ends. An outlet pass in, Lynn Swann hooking downfield, but Franco watches the ball all the way. Now he should think about putting it away sometime. He comes up with a big play on first down. Once again on first down, a big play. And I know where I heard that bad hand grab. That was from Hughes.
Well, I didn't say he had bad hands. I said he doesn't have the best hands. He's not to be confused with Otis Taylor, the man you used to throw to. Let's put it that way. Franco on the bench. Slows almost to a walk and then gets the first down, sticking his head inside the 20-yard line. And Bethea 65 and Reinfeld 37. And they just look like they're all tuckered out, Len. I mean the offense and the defense. They're moving in slow motion out there.
Well, I'll tell you why, because it's been such a hard-hitting football game. It's taking the toll out of all of them, both offensively and defensively.
Well, you met Mama Campbell at the beginning of our broadcast, the first time she's ever seen Earl play. as a professional live, but of course he hasn't seen much of him because he's been out since the first quarter with rib injury.
Well, if they're superstitious, Earl might tell his mother, Mom, I love you, but please stay home and watch.
Don't do me any favors, huh? Boy, that was an incredible loss to the Oiler offense today. I can't say enough about it. And the Steelers leading 6-3. The Oilers still very much in this football game, and they've done it ostensibly without the man who's going to win Rookie of the Year and has a great shot at being the MVP offensively, Earl Campbell.
He sets the tempo for the ball game. He dictates what can be done because of his great running ability. The defense has to really key on him all the time.
So as I told you, first down Pittsburgh at the Houston 20. Franco starts one way, now at the 15, the 10, and the 8-yard line. Harris on a misdirection started one way and cut it back himself. It's a play that Campbell runs very well also.
Well, I don't know if that was a design play or not, but there aren't that many fullbacks that's capable of doing that. Now he's been over 1,000 yards for the season. You can take a look at it. He's going, stops right there, plants, and he's got the acceleration right there to take off and outrun the people who can move very well. One is Elvin Buffet.
Well, Franco Harris has now joined Jim Brown as the only two players ever to rush for 1,000 yards or more 6 times in their career. An outstanding accomplishment by number 32 in white. Here's Dwyer. And he gets maybe to the 7-yard line. It is not easy there. Robert Brazil, that outstanding linebacker of the Oilers. Washington 59 and James Young 77. The yards are hard to come by.
Well, that's really a magnificent feat when you think about it, that Franco Harris is able to rush for over 1,000. First of all, you have to be healthy enough to be able to do that. Jim Brown was a tremendous player. I played with Jim for 2 years in Cleveland. One of the things that I really was amazed at, in 2 years, he was never in the training room in 2 years.
That is a great football player, ladies and gentlemen, Franco Harris. Second down at the 7-yard line. Playing havoc with the numbers of the list. Please don't pay any heed to it. Nothing doing there. Ted Thompson, number 51, and Greg Bingham, 54. And the Oiler defense has not quit. What an admirable quality about this outstanding Houston defense. They have been on the field for 35 minutes of this football game today.
Well, you can see right there, the defensive end James Young, that it's taken his toll. He's tired out there, but if they can stop them here and let them only get 3 points for a 3-point opportunity, it'll be a great goal line stand.
Third down and goal at the 5. Bradshaw rolling, throws it in the end zone. Touchdown to Stallworth. The Pittsburgh Steelers have just taken a 12-3 lead over Houston as Terry Bradshaw has thrown a 5-yard touchdown pass to John Stallworth. With Len Dawson, Sam Nover with the action.
Tough going, Sam, all afternoon. This is the first touchdown that we have seen. Pittsburgh has been down there before, coming away with 2 field goals. But Stallworth is the man who came up with a brilliant catch earlier to keep this drive alive, coming up with the 6 points that they need right now.
Well, the Oiler defense has played brilliantly all day. They've kept the offense in the game. Of course, the offense lost Earl Campbell early. They lost Mike Barber for a while. They lost Renfro. They lost Pastorini, but he still came back despite a rib injury. However, the Steelers now, with only 3:45 to play in regulation time, have taken a 13-3 lead in this tremendously important Central Division game.
Well, it's really important to both ball clubs because of the playoffs. We're fighting and scratching all afternoon, and no one has really moved the football. The one big play, I think, in that drive was John Stallworth. In fact, Franco Harris, of course, did some fine running, but Stallworth on 3rd and long came up with a brilliant reception, keeping that drive alive. Otherwise, Pittsburgh would have punted. Houston would have been in good field position.
Here's Jarrell, kicking to Johnny Durden and Robert Woods. Short taken by number 31, Brian Duncan it is. And he brings it back to about the 37-yard line, so the Oilers with good field position. Don't forget, Bob Hope salutes the Ohio Jubilee tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Our good buddy Bob Hope pays a tribute to Columbus, Ohio's prestigious Ohio Theater on its 50th anniversary. Joining Bob will be Lucille Ball, Donnie and Marie Osmond, Ginger Rogers, and Vic Damone. And, of course, Bob Hope Desert Classic will kick off our golf season on NBC January 13th and 14th.
This is really a tough situation for Pastorini. He's going to have to throw. Pittsburgh knows this.
From the 38-yard line, he completes that to Coleman. He avoids a tackle. Coleman on the loose gets almost to midfield. Good piece of running by Ronnie Coleman. Robin Cole puts him down. But that is a Houston first down, and now the clock is a real factor as far as the Oilers are concerned.
I'm sure he had an idea of jumping out of bounds if he could have, and that's what he should have done, headed for that sideline to get out of bounds, because you're right, the clock is the villain for Houston right now. That's what they're fighting.
Burness 64 and Robin Cole 56 come out of the lineup as the Steelers go into a strict pass prevent. Incomplete intended to Coleman. Due to the length of our football game today, the NFL, Sperry NFL report will not be seen. 17-10. Let me run down the rest of them as I have them. 16-0. Miami beats Washington. Cincinnati clobbered Atlanta 37-7. Los Angeles edged the Giants 20-17. The Jets over Baltimore 24-16. Green Bay 17-7 over Tampa Bay. Kansas City squeaked by Buffalo 14-10. Minnesota edged Philadelphia 28-27. Fran Tarkenton has now thrown 289 completed passes this year. That's more than anybody has ever completed in one season. The Cardinals of St. Louis beat the Lions of Detroit 21-14. New Orleans 24-13 over San Francisco. You just saw the Dallas 17-10 final over New England. And in the fourth quarter, Seattle 33, Cleveland 17. That's the book, Leonard.
Well, that's some great ball games today, and now we're getting down to the wire right now. And what Houston needs, they need a big play. They still have time, 2 minutes, 33 seconds. And believe this is a very important game for Houston. Even if they lose, they're not out of it for the playoff spot, but a victory here would really be a big plus in their favor to get into the playoffs.
Well, they've missed number 34. You can be rest assured of that. Pastorini. Sam Nover, Len Dawson, the Astrodome, Houston, Texas. We have exactly 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in regulation time. Terry Bradshaw moments ago hit John Stallworth with a 5-yard touchdown pass, the only touchdown of the day, enabling the Steelers to take a 13-3 lead, but Pastorini has driven them right back again. It is first down and 10 at the Pittsburgh 28. Dan's passing stats on the day. Over the middle, incomplete, intending it for Tim Wilson, his fullback out of the backfield. And the Oilers with 2 timeouts left here in the second half.
You can see that number 7, Dan Pastorini, isn't happy with the officials because he thought that the linebacker was guarding or face guarding his receiver, the fullback Wilson. Now, Pastorini is hurt. His ribs are bothering him. He got banged earlier. Now, you can imagine just when you're healthy, you can see right there that he thought that the linebacker was going for the man and not the football.
We're back live. Second down, 10. Pastorini deflected and almost intercepted. Jack Lambert, who has 2 interceptions already today, almost had a third. That tells it all. 13-3 Pittsburgh, 2:23 to go in regulation time, and it's third down and 10 for Pastorini.
All right, 10 seconds elapsed on the clock, 2 plays run, so they do have time, but downs they are running out of. They've got to get a first down. They've got to get into the end zone. You know that defensive front four of Pittsburgh, they're going to be teeing off.
Here's the draw to Wilson. Up to Dolan. Greenwood is there. Jack Ham, 59. And the Steelers played it perfectly, and now the Oilers stop the clock again with 2:14 to go.
Well, that's not the direction that I'd want to go if I were trying to make up some yardage on number 59, Jack Ham. If I were the running back when I got through that hole, I'd head up the middle or someplace else. The only problem is that Jack Lambert's in the middle.
Well, they need a field goal and they need a touchdown, Len. It's 4th down, 8 yards to go for a first down. Tony Fritsch is on to try to get the field goal. They'll worry about the touchdown Bum Phillips believes later, I guess.
Well, that's right. They'd be happy right now if they could say, you could go into overtime. We'll take our chances. They're right. They need 10 points. They need 2 scores, whether it's 1 touchdown and the field goal would tie it. They would be happy with that right now, believe me.
Well, you saw that Seattle 40-17 lead over the Browns. Cleveland is done. They are cooked and finished, and the Seattle Seahawks are just a scourge of expansion football, aren't they, Len? What a great shot.
Oh, I'll tell you, Seattle has done a tremendous job, and they're a very exciting football team. One reason they're so exciting is because they're liable to do anything from any place on the field at any time.
And you can attribute that to their outstanding young quarterback, Jimmy Zorn. Tony Fritsch will attempt from the 33-yard line. Pastorini to hold on a 43-yard attempt. Welcome, everyone, to the Houston Oilers Pittsburgh Steelers. Tony Fritsch attempting a 43-yard field goal. It is no good. He hooked it wide. The Oilers trail Pittsburgh by 10. They had a 4th down and 8, and head coach Bum Phillips elected to try to get the 3, Len Dawson, because obviously they need 3, then they need 7 to send this game into overtime.
Well, I'll tell you, there's only been 1 touchdown scored, and that was a 5-yard pass, Bradshaw to John Stallworth. It's been a defensive battle all afternoon long. Pittsburgh went up in front 3-0, and then Houston came back, tied the score with a field goal, and then Pittsburgh up by 3 more. Finally, just a couple of minutes ago, a touchdown, Bradshaw to John Stallworth. That was a big play because Houston needs this victory. They would have settled for a tie.
Well, we welcome the entire country to our broadcast. Sam Nover, Len Dawson, this is the Astrodome. And the Steelers will try to run the clock out now. The Oilers have but 1 timeout left, and the Steelers now will reach the 2-minute warning with the most comfortable lead that anybody has had all day, and the most, by the way, at 10 points, 13-3, where they will be seen at their regular time. Pittsburgh has it 2nd down, 11. Bradshaw, keeping himself, gets it back to the line of scrimmage. And all the Steelers will be content to do now, Len, is to run the clock out. Seattle has gone on top of Cleveland 40-17, so the amazing Seahawks continue to remain alive in the playoff battle. This loss today, should it hold up, will put Houston at 9-5, and of course the Steelers clinch the AFC Central Division.
And the Steelers are looking for one other thing, the best record, because New England defeated. So that means now that the Steelers go back to Pittsburgh and play their games at home. We're talking about the playoff game.
The clock continues to run, 1:20 to go. Terry Bradshaw is in no hurry, as you can see, leading 13-3.
Oh, he's great. He went down 1 second on that 30-second clock.
Fire breaks it at the 40-45 and almost to midfield. Rocky Flyer with a Steeler first down up around the midfield stripe, and the clock continues to go, and that may have done it. I think the Steelers sensed that it did.
That's it. You know, Bradshaw did a great job because I was looking at the 30-second clock. It was 1 second when the ball was snapped, so he's utilizing as much time as he possibly can.
For those of you who joined us late, let me remind you of 2 very important things. Earl Campbell, after 7 carries for 42 yards, was injured in the first quarter, has not been back, a rib injury. And Franco Harris today became just the 2nd man ever to rush for over 1,000 yards in 6 seasons. Jim Brown is the only other man, and he did it 7 times. Harris is over 100 yards for the day, over 1,000 yards for the season, and this ball game will end. I don't believe the Oilers can stop the clock, Lenny.
No timeouts left. It's all over. 10 seconds remaining. Pittsburgh winning the Central Division. And also they'll be playing the playoff games in Pittsburgh.
Well, as I said, there's no place I would have rather been. It has been a fabulous football game, a defensive struggle. The Steelers win it over Houston 13-3. Stay tuned. Immediately following these messages, we will join the wonderful world of Disney program Super Dad, followed by Bob Hope salutes the Ohio Jubilee and Centennial.